Millions of men have read this book. Most of them are still broke. Not because the book is wrong, because they missed it. The one thing. The single lesson that makes every other page in Think and Grow Rich actually work. Without it, you are just reading words. You can highlight every line. You can memorize every principle. You can talk about Napoleon Hill at dinner and still wake up 10 years from now in the exact same position you are in today. Because the book is not about what you know. It is about what you become. And there is one shift, one specific internal shift that separates the men who read this book and change their lives from the men who read it and change nothing. I'm going to show you exactly what that shift is. And more importantly, how to actually make it. Not through motivation, not through positive thinking, through something far more powerful than either of those things. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you is the reason Napoleon Hill spent 20 years interviewing the wealthiest men who ever lived, and came back with one answer. Most men read Think and Grow Rich like a checklist. Desire, check. Plan, check. Persistence, check. And then they wonder why nothing changed. Because they treated it like a manual. It is not a manual. It is a description of a mind, a specific kind of mind, the kind that does not just want wealth, the kind that has decided at a level deeper than thought that wealth is inevitable. Hill called it a burning desire. And most men read those two words and think he meant motivation. He did not mean motivation. Motivation is a feeling. Feelings come and go. What Hill was describing is something completely different, a fixed point, a decision so deep it no longer feels like a decision. It feels like direction. The man with a burning desire in Hill's sense does not need to remind himself of his goals every morning. He is simply moving toward them. The way water moves downhill. Not because it is trying, because that is the only direction available to it. Here is what most men miss. Hill's entire book is built on one sentence. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Most men read that and think it is about positive thinking. It is not. The key word is believe, not hope, not want, not visualize. Believe. And belief in Hill's framework is not an emotion. It is a state of the nervous system. It is what happens when a man has held a thought long enough, repeated it consistently enough, acted on it persistently enough, that his brain stops treating it as a possibility and starts treating it as a fact. The man who believes he will build wealth does not experience obstacles the same way as the man who hopes he will. The man who hopes encounters an obstacle and wonders if it is a sign. The man who believes encounters an obstacle and looks for the way through it. Because failure is not an option. His brain is entertaining. It has already accepted the destination. It is only working out the route. That is the difference. That is everything. Most men do not actually believe they will be wealthy. They want it. They think about it. They watch videos about it. But if you ask them, honestly, privately, with no one watching, whether they truly believe it is going to happen, most of them would hesitate. And that hesitation is the gap, not between them and wealth, between who they are and who they need to become to build it. Hill understood this. That is why the book spends so much time on autosuggestion, on feeding the mind the belief until the belief becomes real. Not through affirmations pasted on a mirror, through repeated action that contradicts the old belief. The man who saves money when he could have spent it is not just saving money. He is telling his brain, I am the kind of man who builds. The man who does the work when no one is watching is not just doing the work. He is building the evidence that makes the belief real. Belief is not built through thinking. It is built through doing, repeatedly, until the doing becomes the proof. The proof becomes the belief. The belief becomes the direction, and the direction becomes the life. Still here? Good. Subscribe right now, because what I'm about to show you is the exact daily practice that builds this belief. Not motivation, not vision boards. The specific thing that rewires the relationship between your mind and your future. Hit subscribe. Do not wait. 3 things. No fluff. Starting today. The first, decide, not choose. Decide. A choice can be reversed. A decision cannot. The man who has decided he will build wealth does not revisit that decision every time things get hard. The decision is made. He is working out the details. Make the decision, not when you feel ready. Now. The second, act as if the belief is already true, not by pretending, by making every decision consistent with the man who has already arrived. The man who knows he will be wealthy does not spend everything he earns, not because he is depriving himself, because the man he has decided to become does not make that decision. Every action consistent with the belief strengthens it. Every action that contradicts it weakens it. Choose accordingly, every single day. The third, remove the exit. Hill called it burning your boats. The man who has a backup plan is the man whose brain knows failure is still an option, and the brain that knows failure is an option will choose it when things get hard. Remove the option, not recklessly, deliberately. Commit so completely that turning back becomes more uncomfortable than going forward. That is where the burning desire lives, not in motivation, in the absence of retreat. Think and Grow Rich is not a book about money. It is a book about the mind of a man who has decided. The money is downstream of the decision. Everything is downstream of the decision. The discipline, the persistence, the ability to see opportunity where others see obstacles. All of it flows from one thing: a mind that has accepted its destination and is simply working out the route. Most men will read this book and miss it. They will take the 13 principles and apply them like a checklist and wonder why nothing changed. You now know what they missed. The question is simple. Are you going to decide, or are you going to keep choosing? Because one of those gets you there, and one of those keeps you exactly where you are. If this video gave you something, subscribe. This channel is for the men who are serious about building themselves from the ground up. New video every week. Hit the bell. Stay with us. Stay cold. Keep building.